Hey everybody, today we're going to show you how to complete the side quest of Poisonous Proposal here in Dragon's Dogma 2, so let's jump into it. So to start this quest, you're going to want to make your way over to the back Batal region, and we want to find our way over to Jarle's home, who's going to be located on the northwestern side of the city. You guys will see, you'll have a little lantern or flag to show you on the map where to go. There's a couple different ways to get into his house, however, he is going to be on the very bottom floor. So just be aware if you go upstairs, you are going to have to go down the ladder to find him. But once you go inside, it'll cue some automatic dialogue from him. This is a crazy guy that's looking for us to get poisoned. So he can test it out, I guess. So the first thing he's going to ask you to do is go get poisoned by an asp or an ASP. There's going to be 3 locations that pop up on your map to do this. I recommend, and for all of these, going to the closer one, because essentially what you're doing in this quest is you're going to get poisoned and then you're going to return while being poisoned so that he can study you. And then he's going to be the one to cure you. So I definitely recommend going to the closer one. For this first one here, I actually went to it and had all my pawns kill them before I got poisoned. So I ended up having to go to the second one. So just be aware that your pawns can ruin this, especially if you have a curative pawn. So one problem that I did run into is that I have a curative pawn that just kept curing me while I was running back. So one thing I would recommend doing is dismissing that pawn while doing this, or tell him to just stay still and run away from him so that he doesn't cure your poison. But once you're able to get poisoned, all you need to do is return to Jarle's house. You don't even need to finish defeating the enemies. Just immediately return to Jarle and make sure that you're still poisoned when you get back. And then when you go inside to his house, just speak with him. You'll get some more dialogue and he'll set you up with your next task. Now your next task is going to be to get poisoned by a Venin Harpy. Again, you'll have 3 locations that pop up on your map. You can go to the closer one. These are going to be the birds that you find when you make it down here. Just be careful again for your pawns taking these guys out. And you'll be able to tell pretty easily when you get poisoned on this one as they shoot the little purple gas at you. And also with all of these, it'll update your quest in the top left corner, letting you know that you have been poisoned. And again, as soon as you see that you've been poisoned, immediately turn around and dip and try not to let your curative pawn cure you. I actually had that problem with this one where I made it all the way back and got cured right before I spoke with him. So again, just make sure you don't run into that issue. But just return back over to Jarle, let him know about the venom from the Venin Harpy, and you'll be able to move on to the final step. Now, our final task is going to be to meet Jarle at the location of a chimera, which is going to be found northeast of Back Batal. This one is a little bit of a hike, but we'll show you how to get there just in case you don't already have this part of the map opened up. But once you make it way out here, essentially you're just meeting Jarle at the Chimera Den. You'll speak with him, you'll go inside the den, and you just want to get him poisoned by the Chimera. We don't actually have to get poisoned this time. And this can be a little bit challenging. The Chimera essentially shoots the poison out of its tail on the back side. So what you can do is you can pick up Jarle and go throw him behind the Chimera and then stand on the other side so the Chimera is facing you so that when it shoots the poison, Jarle's behind it. This again is a little annoying to do. Obviously, Jarle's not going to make this really easy for you, so you are going to have to pick him up and move him around to get him in the area. But with the Chimera, the poison kind of goes everywhere because it's such a big creature. So what you can do is kind of just keep picking him up, wait for the poison to start, and then just go and throw him in the poison. It's a little hectic, but eventually you'll be able to get him poisoned and it'll update your quest. After this, he's immediately going to leave and go back to his house. You don't actually need to defeat the Chimera. You can, if you're a high enough level and you have good gear, you can try to sit here and finish it off. However, the downside is if you do die, then it's going to reload your last save, and most likely your last save will be before he got poisoned, so you'll have to do it again. So if you don't think you're going to be able to defeat it, just bounce and head back to his house. But once you make it back to Jarle's house, all you need to do is speak with him. You'll get a little bit of dialogue, and then you will get your rewards and the quest will be complete. But this is how to complete a Poisonous Proposal here in Dragon's Dogma 2. Hopefully this video helps some of you guys out. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.